Our yeses and our nos shape our boundaries and therefore shape the trajectory of our life. Now, I was severely lacking in this boundary sector making, and I lived in chaos with misused energy and hurts and pain. And the reason why was because I had a severe lacking of understanding of my worth, of my value, of understanding how to accept myself, of my self-esteem, and therefore I didn't understand how to set a healthy boundary, because growing up there had been some nurturing that had been missing, so I didn't understand how to love myself and to put myself first. But when I was working on myself and I started to release these limiting beliefs that I had about myself and becoming more aware of who I was and what my worth was and what I deserve, and basically creating limitless beliefs, I was able to understand that how important it actually is to have healthy boundaries in your life, to be able to say yes and no. So today, I'm going to share with you some very, very basic steps on how you can turn your life around just by setting some healthy boundaries to go from a life of chaos, of confusion, of misused energy, of hurts and pains, to a life that is freeing, that's liberating, that is eye-opening, amazing, that you're in control of, that you're in charge of, that's confident, that's full of worth and value and love and respect for yourself. So before I go into what those steps are, for those of you that are new to my channel, I'm Natalie, and this channel is all about dedicating my time to helping you embrace a new you through mindset shifts, so you can transform your life to have a life that you truly love and desire, and fundamentally a life that you are worth. So if you do like this channel and like this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, where I will notify you of when I'm posting, which is generally every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Okay, so when we choose to set healthy boundaries, what we're literally saying to ourselves is that, you know, we love and respect ourselves, and we value who we are. And we're saying that, you know, what we think is okay and acceptable, and what we think isn't okay and isn't acceptable. And I've said in a previous video, I think it was the one I just did on Monday, regarding self-love and the steps for self-love. And, you know, you literally are, your relationship with you is the most important relationship you're ever going to have. So you need to put yourself first and to look after yourself. So by saying what we will and won't accept, we're saying that we love ourselves, we know what our needs are, we know how what our desires are, and we know what our worth is. So by coming aware, so this is the first step, being aware is extremely important. So if somebody is asking you to do something, just think about, what is it that you need? What is it that you want? Will this bring you joy? Will this make you feel happy? Do you get excited about the thought of doing this? And, you know, and think about that, really think about that, because there's a lot of times that we can all just go into that people-pleasing mode, and doing things we actually don't really want to, and then, you know, silently regretting them, or actually expressing how we regret that we've done something. So when you're aware and you're being asked to do something with somebody, whatever that is, think about what's right for you. You know, take your time in answering. Now, I used to be in a relationship where someone would take weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks to come back with an answer. Now that's not healthy, and it's not actually kind to the person who's asked the question, or who's asked something of you. So, you know, just give it a bit of time. Don't rush into the answer, but respond in a timely manner. So yeah, so being aware of what suits you is extremely important. So when you know what it is that you want to, how you want to respond, communicate that clearly. Be authentic and be your truth, and communicate your answer clearly, expressing it from your heart, kindly and compassionately. The more kind your response is, the more kindness you will get back from the other person. Because we have to understand that we can only control how we feel. We can't control how the other person feels. So if we can deliver a message, especially if it's going to be a negative to somebody, it's going to be a no, why not do that in a kind, compassionate way? To let the other person down gently with what they've asked. So like I said, the more you do things, the more you deliver a message in a kind way, that 99% of the time you will get that back. I guess it will depend on the relationship you have with that person, but that's what you should get back. It should ease the softness of the delivery of the message. So another thing that I've learned through setting healthy boundaries, and something that's still, not going to lie, it's still part of a work in progress for me, is that when somebody is asking me to do something and I've had to decline, I feel the need to explain exactly why. And the last couple of times, actually, recently, I've not had to do that. I've just said no. And it felt really odd. It felt really weird, and it felt really uncomfortable for me to do that. Because if I'm saying no to somebody, I always feel the need to say why. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to give war and peace as to why you can't do something or you're choosing no. All you have to do is know that that's right for you, and you can do it again calmly, kindly, and compassionately. So for example, I was supposed to go for a long walk with somebody this Saturday, and I said to them that I wasn't going to be able to make it. Now, I didn't give any reasons why. I just said, look, I'm really sorry, I'm not going to be able to make it. And actually, I got a really nice response back, which was great. But I still felt really uncomfortable not delivering the whys, but I didn't actually get asked a why. So you might actually even find that you don't get asked why. So don't feel the need to always have to give, war and peace excuses as to why you don't want to do something or you can't do something. It's okay to say no. And it's okay to just do that in a kind way. So they're basically the steps in setting your boundaries. And when you've got your boundaries, so when you've got the awareness of what will meet your needs, when you can communicate clearly in a calm, kind, compassionate way, and when you don't feel the need to have to express in war and peace the reasons why you don't want to do something, you've created a self-love for yourself and healthy boundaries. So give that a go. It really, really does stop any confusion. It stops any chaos. It stops any misunderstandings, and it stops any misused energy, because you're showing up as your truth authentically. And like I said, it's going to feel uncomfortable if you're not used to doing it. And I'm still getting used to doing this and using my boundaries. And before I go, I'm just going to give a couple of examples of when I've used them, and how there still is a work in progress for me, even though I know the steps. So the other day, somebody wanted to bring somebody along to a birthday celebration that I'm holding, and I'd said no. And the person came back and asked me a few questions about it, and I could see they were getting extremely agitated, which was making me feel agitated, because I just wanted them to accept that I'd said no. There was just no, thank you. We were able to drop the conversation, but I could tell that the other person was extremely upset and they weren't accepting of my no. But the learns there are that I stuck to a healthy boundary that was right for me. There was no reason for the other person to get upset, but they did. But I kept as calm as I possibly could, even though they were getting quite agitated. and I kept to my boundary, and my answer was no. I did actually suggest an alternative for another date, but not that particular date. So yeah, so I was able to do that. Again, it's still a work in progress for me, because it's easy to kind of deliver a message on how to set boundaries and putting it into practice, especially when I've not had any for years. It is a work in progress. And another one was, I was always prioritizing, my ex-boyfriend and his schedules over mine, and I wasn't getting a lot back, and to be perfectly honest, from it. And I'd been doing that for a long time, and it wasn't making me happy. So again, when I started to, to release these limiting beliefs and create new limitless beliefs, I was able to understand that I could actually put a boundary in place with that. So I started to work on prioritizing me and what was right for me. And yes, again, that was quite uncomfortable to begin with, but in the end, he got used to that, that I had the boundaries, and he was accepting of it. So sometimes when we put these changes in places, people don't always like them, because we've never been like that, we've never shown up like that before. So be gentle on the other person's reaction, because it's you that's changing, and eventually the more you keep doing this, the more the other people will understand that this is the new you, this is the you that's changed, because you now see your self-worth of value, love, respect, and acceptance for who you are. So there we go. Having healthy boundaries, good boundaries that free you. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you find that helpful as always, and you get some value out of that. And if any of you are struggling with setting healthy boundaries, or you're living in a chaotic life, and you're trying to get some control back and struggling, as always, I'm free for one-to-one coaching, and it would be an honor to help you. And all my contact details are down below. So yes, please take care, and I will be back soon. Bye.